concept and aspect related to the publication ethics. As you all know, most of the classes are going on through the Google Meet, and the material has been or have been distributed with the help of the Google Classroom. Therefore, we should thank to the google.com who has provided these platforms before us so that we can interact and we can enjoy our class teaching in a proper manner. Today's topic and the subject, as I have sent a document to you all, principles of transparency and best practices. The word is very much common to us, transparency. It means to say we should be transparent in each manner so that we can adopt the best practices for the purpose of publishing. Being a publisher, being an editor of the journal, being the chief editor of the journal, what I have to convey to you as an editor, what is my responsibility and what are my responsibilities and what I have to do. That's why we are going to discuss this particular aspect of the topic. Generally, I have told you earlier that the COP, Committee on Publication Ethics, COP, Directory of Open Access Journals, Open Access Scholarly Publishers Association, and WAME, World Association of Medical Editors. These 4 or 5 organizations have done their job very well. They came together to know what is going on during the publication arena or what kind of the lacunas are there and how we have to mitigate them, or I have to finish them, or we have to finish them, or we have to stop them. These organizations were taking their steps forward to mitigate these kind of the problems. Now, come to the point. Point is that what is the responsibility? What are the publication ethics, or what kind of the best practices are to be implemented by a publisher or a publication purpose, publication of the book, publication of the journal, publication of the any material. Therefore, I will discuss one by one. There are 16 points. The document has been uploaded or downloaded also. Publicationethics.org. I disclaim that this particular document is not prepared by me. It is the close contribution and the whole contribution of these organizations, which are being given at the top of this page: COP, OSPA, DOAJ, and WAM. But in a simple manner, being a teacher of the research and publication ethics, we have to elaborate one by one, because it is a responsibility of a teacher to create awareness about research and publication ethics. Point number 1, in case of the principle of transparency. As I told you earlier, transparency means to say you have to be transparent in each and every manner so that you can lead your life in a proper way. Being editor or the journalist or the owner of the journal or the publisher, I should have a website, journal website. It should have the whole content about the journal. What is the aim and scope of my journal? Which areas are to be covered by my journal? Which content are to be covered by my journal? Or the publication of this journal will be in one mode or two modes. One mode, that may be your offline. or the hard copy journal, or the another one is online journal. If I am adopting or implementing both modes, then I have to convey these things on my website. Any kind of the information will not be misleading. If I am saying I am the editor of the journal or the owner of the journal, I have to ensure high ethical standards and professional ethics. If I am not implementing these, then I cannot expect from my authors, my colleagues, my governing body, and the other stakeholders that they will implement research and publication ethics. Therefore, it is necessary for me that I have to create that website which have all kind of the information, and it will not be the mimic of the other. Mimicry mean to say it will not be the imitation of the other's website, or it is not confusing name that a journal name is near to the another journal name. My name of the journal, my name of the website should be different and unique. That's why I'm saying the second point, name of journal should be unique and not easily matched with the others. Why it is unique? So that the stakeholders will not get confused. Okay, such kind of the suppose I am saying Indian Journal of Commerce. I'm giving the name, and another person is creating one more journal, Endogenous Journal of Commerce. It means to say the last three words, Journal of Commerce, both are common. All these words are common. And the first letter was Indian, another one was indigenous. It means to say that kind of the words can confuse the authors, the readers, the stakeholders, the academic fraternity, or the students or the scholars. That's why I'm saying any kind of the name of the journal of any kind or any nature should not be confusing for the stakeholders. That is the second point. If I'm saying I have conveyed, I have a particular process to review the papers, articles which are being published or which are to be published by me as an editor or the publisher of that journal, what process I have to utilize for the purpose of reviewing those articles. Why it is a reviewing is necessary? First of all, I have to convey what is the meaning of the review. It is also the third point or the third principle of the transparency, peer review process. It means to say any kind of the journal, when we are going to establish, we should have a list of the experts of those fields, which fields are directly connected with my journal. If I am going to establish a start or launch a journal, Indian Journal of Commerce or Journal of Commerce or Sirsha Journal of Commerce, then I should have a list of experts from the field of the commerce so that I can take the help from those people. They will convey to me what are the lackings, lacunas, shortcomings in this particular paper. Suppose Mr. Kamal is sending a paper to me as an editor of the journal, then I have to send that particular paper after deleting his name from that particular paper, send it to the peer reviewer board. Peer, as I told, peer review is defined as a process on individual manuscript from subject experts. And these are also the part of that journal as a peer reviewer. But the name of these peer reviewer should not be disclosed on the website or the others. But In case of review process, in case of journal, I have to mention on the website of the journal, okay, I will receive this paper through this mode, then I will send to the peer review. Here the word is one more common word is used, blind peer review. Peer review is automatically blind every time. Generally, we say there is a lot of difference, peer review and blind peer review. It means to say, I am not attaching with my reviewers. I just communicate a particular person. Okay, these are the papers, and you get these 60 papers, and I don't know where you will get it reviewed. I just conveyed a person, a subject expert. Okay, please take these 60 papers. And that subject expert will send these papers to anyone without giving the names of the experts to me. That is known as blind peer review. If the peer review, it means to say the journal editor is sending the papers to the subject experts directly. Okay, please take, analyze, review, suggest what kind of the changes may be done, what kind of the suggestions, modifications, improvements are to be done. I will receive, mean to say the office of the journal will receive such kind of the modifications, suggestions, corrections, if any, and I will communicate, mean to say journal office will communicate to the author, please do necessary changes. After incorporating these changes, send it the paper back to me. And then I will again send these paper to the peer reviewer. Please check what you have suggested, the changes they have been incorporated in this paper. If yes, I will get it published. If no, then again another suggestion is being given. The author will be involved. Therefore, the best papers, best research journals, or the journals, they take 6 to 1 year, 6 months to 1 year to publish a document, publish a paper. Therefore, I request you all, my dear students, that there is no question of the number of the research papers. Question is that if you have a paper having the good quality of that paper, then you can lead your life on the basis of only one paper. On contrary, on the other hand, or on the flip side, if you have the 100 papers or the list of the 100 papers published in your name, and there is no content or the quality of that paper out of them, then no need to publish. Therefore, I request you all, 1 year, one paper is enough. It can take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. No problem. Don't bother about that. If you have a good quality paper in your life, it can get or give the success to you in the academic arena, and it can create your reputation or the image in this academic field. Now, the fourth point, in case of the principle of transparency, ownership and management. There are so many owners and the governing bodies are available in the journals, but the principle of transparency as suggested by the COP, OSPA, DOJ, and WAME, that the information about our owners, management body, governing body are to be disclosed on the journal's website. If these information are not being disclosed on the journal website, it means to say you are not implementing the principle of transparency. Therefore, it is necessary for each and every journal or the editor or the publisher that they have to give the name of their management body, ownership body, and governing body. One point is very much important here to note. In the ownership, owner's name, management name, governing body name, no peer reviewer expert will be included. Mean to say the peer reviewer should be different from these owners, management, and governing body. They are not to be the part of that. Moreover, the decisions of peer reviewer are not to be affected by the governing body, by the owner, by the management. Another point which is very much common and important, the name of the owner may be a person, may be an organization or any other. That name of that particular owner will not confuse the name of the journal. For example, if I have a name of NGO, I today I have studied HelpAge. HelpAge is a NGO which has been recognized by UN Council, and they have been awarded that particular HelpAge NGO. If HelpAge is creating a journal or launching a journal and giving the name of that journal HelpAge, and the content of that particular journal are related to the elderly persons, then there is no problem. But any kind of the information which are related to the old age person are to be included as research papers is will be confusing, is confusing or will be confusing or may be confusing. Again, I am clarifying this. If the name of the journal is nature, it doesn't mean the natural topics are to be included in that. Or if the name of that particular owner, suppose example you can take Sirsa, it doesn't mean the journal will publish only and only the product or the research papers which have been received from Sirsa only. Therefore, the clear cut point is that the name of the owner is not to be confusing with the name of the journal or the aim and scope of the journal. The aim and scope of the journal, as I have told earlier, it should be clearly defined. Mean to say which areas, which subjects, which contents are to be included. Suppose my journal is related to Indian Journal of Engineering. It means to say the engineering subjects are to be included. The research papers which are related to the engineering field or the stream are to be included for publication. That Indian Journal of Engineering will not include the research papers from the English field, commerce field, management field, etc. etc. Next one is the editorial team and contact information. Journal shall provide the whole information on its website, how and why. Because of there is a list of the editors, and these editors are also involved by the journals, having their expertise in their fields. But these editorial team is not the part of peer reviewer. Again, I am saying editorial team, governing body, owners may not be the peer reviewer for a journal if you are willing to maintain the transparency. Dear students, in future you can publish a journal or you can launch a journal. It is very much important to note that the peer reviewer subject expert are not to be included in your editorial team, governing body, ownership, because of these persons have different affiliations. Here the word is utilized. Editorial team shall provide the full name and affiliate information. Mean to say affiliation. Affiliation mean to say which organization from which institution he or she is attached. If I'm saying my name is Professor Surendra Singh, affiliation Department of Commerce, Chaudhary Devilal University, Sirsa. That is my affiliation. And the whole information as my full address, room number 5, Tagore Bhavan, CDLU, Sirsa. The whole information, full address, affiliation, institution, all details are to be displayed by the editor of the journal on its website to maintain the transparency. Another point number 7, under the principles of transparency. Any query, any question in this regard up to that level? One word is here, which is given ISSN. I will elaborate at the last because of ISSN is also very much important and it is given in the first point under the website heading, subheading, sorry.
Sir, may I ask
Yes.
one question?
Yeah.
Sir, is there any governing body or
Yeah.
any kind of invigilating body
Yeah.
at the editor's end?
Yeah.
Uh, I think if a person has a number of research papers with
Yeah.
his, you can say, for example, we are in a group and we make a group and a collection of research paper can be collected.
Okay, I
And
understood
I
your
could
query.
be an editor.
Okay, I understood your query.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Amit Kumar asked if we 75 people, all the scholars, can we become the governing body? Number one. Number two, can we launch a journal by making a group, scholarly union of CDLU Sirsa, suppose, or the scholars union of CDLU Sirsa, or budding teachers union of the Sirsa, or Sirsa Scholar Association. These are the names of a particular editor or the organization. Yes, you can create a name. When you will get it
Yes,
registered
sir.
with the registration registered society, after that you can launch a journal. Because of in byes and laws of that cooperative society or the Society Registration Act, nowadays it is 2012. Otherwise, it was very much old, 1854. But nowadays, it has been revised by the Haryana government, that is Registration of Societies Act 2012. Under that category, okay, you can make a society. For example, name I can give the name Global Education and Research Training Society. Suppose GCRT is a name. Under the heading of that, you can publish your journal. You can launch, and U75 may be the part of the governing body, may be the part of the editors, no problem, no confusion. And you can publish your papers, yes, but one of you out of the 75, none of you will be the part of peer review process. That's why I am saying the owner you are, manager you are, editors you are, publisher you are, research paper supplier you are, research paper publisher you are, but you may not be the peer reviewer of that process or the journal. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. One thing more, sir.
Yeah.
Because, sir, for example, I am working in the Department of Education, and
Yeah.
is there any compulsion or mandatory that I have to take permission from my head or from the department for any another body who is governing to my institution where I'm
Okay.
working,
Okay. Okay.
or
No problem.
it could
Okay.
be independent?
Okay,
I
I got your point. I am clarifying it again. Very nice question, and it is very much appreciable moment that we, the learners, are thinking about the launching of journals. Being a regular employee of university, suppose I am a teacher, I am willing to publish a journal in my name for the purpose of the academic and research activities. There is no requirement of the permission from the head of the institution. You can engage yourself in academic and research activities outside the university. Number one. Number two, if you are willing to publish or create journal from the Department of Education or Department of Commerce or Department of Business Administration or Department of English, then you have to take the permission from your head of the institution, because the ISSN number being allotted to the university, not to you. If as an individual, you are willing to publish, you can publish. There is no requirement of taking the permission from any head of the institution, because of that particular point is related to your academic point. If you are earning something, then you have to take the permission. If you are as an honorary director, honorary editor, honorary publisher of the journal, then there is no need of the taking the permission. If you are earning the funds, then you have to take the permissions. From the financial point of view, you have to take the permission. Otherwise, there is no necessary, no requirement. As I am telling you, I am the person who have been associated with two or three journals, but we never received a single penny from that journal. However, I may be the part of their editorial board. Being editorial board, some of the papers came to me and I just analyze, and that journal is not going for the peer review. It is just going for the review process. That's why I have no requirement to take the permission from the head of the institution. When you will receive the money once as consultant, as peer reviewer, or as editor, as governing body, as member of the management, then you have to take the permission. That is very much compulsory. Because of any kind of the action is being taken by you on the part of the journal may reflect the funds in your accounts. And you are the person of the university, and then it should be part of your income tax return. And at that moment, you can face so many problems. Therefore, you have to take the permission if you are receiving any kind of the finance from the journals. Otherwise, for the purpose of the academic activities and the research activities, you can connect with the others organizations, institution, then there is no requirement of the permission to take. For example, just we have to go to different universities to conduct the viva voce examination or the Ph.D. as well as the MCOM students or the MPhil students. We did not take any permission. Why? Because of it is an academic activity. If I am delivering a lecture from one organist to another, again there is no requirement to deliver the lecture to take the permission. If I invite the other person and I am paying for that, then I have to take the permission from my head. Okay, this amount is to be paid to that fellow. Please give the permission to that fellow to deliver a lecture in our university. At that moment, such kind of the permissions are required. However, these conditions and terms, or the terms and conditions, differ from institution to institution also. But at the university level, there is no such kind of the foundation or the binding that you cannot go for the research and academic activities. As freelancer, you can go. No confusion, no problem. Next one, please.
Sir,
thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Sir, I'm asking that if my family member is running a publishing house or a magazine, can I contribute my name as editor?
Yes.
Because
Why
I
not?
am, yes, yes, sir.
With good happiness, great happiness, you can go. You can attach yourself
Okay,
because
sir.
of
So,
such kind of the people. If you such kind of the people mean to say you kind of the people will go there, then you can implement the principle of transparency after reading or studying these things. You can contribute maximum.
okay, sir. Thank you,
No
sir.
problem. No question. Right? Okay. Next point is seventh, copyright and licensing. You know very well the copyright, patent, trademark, etc., etc. Different aspects of the copyright are there. For example, sometimes journals take the copyright on its name. Publishers take the copyright on their name. Sometimes journals give the copyright to the authors also. What will be the policy for the licensing of that document? What kind of the policy regarding the copyright for that particular document or the research paper? Each and every editor or the publisher or the publishing house
There is a technical problem. Are you getting my sound?
Not clearly, sir.
Anyone can give the response.
Sir, not clearly.
Your voice is breaking.
Okay.
You're not audible, sir.
Now, now it is audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now you are.
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just we are going to continue.
Sir, still disturbance is there, sir. When you are speaking a complete sentence, then there is a disturbance.
Now disturbance is
Now
closed.
disturbance.
Closed.
Now also disturbance.
Anyone can reply?
Sir, when you speak
Is it okay?
through your ID, then it occurs also in commerce CDLU ID, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay, I have connected
They
now.
have.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, no problem.
Now is it okay?
Yes, sir, it's okay now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Which point was going on? The point was seventh, copyright and licensing. The policy of the copyright shall be clearly stated in author's guidelines. It means to say, what will the policy for copyright and licensing? Sometimes different publishing house, they get the copyright in their own name, mean to say in the name of the journal, in the name of the editor or the editorial board or the editor in chief, or in the name of the publishing house. Sometimes different journal give the copyright to the authors also. It is very much peculiar question and point that we have to take care of it. Being an editor or the publishing house, we should have the clear-cut policy on our website. And you have to convey in detail, okay, these are the provisions for my copyright permission or to take the copyright of the paper with me. And these are the policies for my licensing. I will provide a license to use this particular paper. Suppose you just publish a paper and you are willing to take the copyright from your journal. And journal is saying, no, I will not provide the copyright to you. Then what will happen? There is a creation of the conflict of the interest. To avoid such kind of the nuisance in future, every journal should have a fair copyright policy. And it should be transparent. Generally, so many terms, if you will see copyright information of the Copyright Act, you will see different provisions are there. On the basis of the provisions and the Licensing Act, you can take the publication authority. In our university, Kautilya Journal is going on, which is being published by the Department of Economics in the collaboration of the Haryana Economic Association. They have to take the permission. They have to take the copyright from different authors by filling up a form. If they are not get it filled, it means to say there is no copyright with them. Therefore, I am saying you all, if the authors are allowed to publish under a Creative Commons license, then they specify license, under which license I will provide the copyright to you, under which license I will take the copyright. If such kind of the terms and conditions are not clear, then it means to say you are violating the principles of transparency. Another point, author's fee. I have been reading a paper, April 2020 or the March 2020, University Grants Commission has taken a very much important step to stop the self-plagiarism. And one word is also attached in that particular document, cash and stress. Mean to say, pay the fee, get the published document immediately within a fraction of 1 hour or 2 hours. To stop that practice, they have declared so many guidelines. elaborated these guidelines, and I will read with you in the coming lectures on those guidelines. Before discussing that, here the point is author's fee. If you are willing to publish a document, you have to clarify, are you charging any fee for the purpose of the publication? So many journals, they charging fee for the purpose of the publication or the transportation or etc. 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 So many expenditures are there. I agree with them, no problem. But we should clarify it on our website. Okay, this is the format. You have to fill up your information. It is our account number. You have to deposit it. After this process, we can accept your paper, then go for blind review or the peer review. Then it will get published. Otherwise, no. But what happens sometimes? Sometimes it happens that when the paper is not publishable, but just pay and get it published. Number one. Number two, your paper has been received by the publishing house, and the publishing house get it published this paper by changing or modifying that name in the another paper, another journal. No fee. It means to say, for example, I am publishing a journal and I am saying, please send your papers. You 75 people send a paper to me. I have changed their titles and get it published in different journals. When you ask me, gentlemen, we have sent these papers to you, where they are. I am saying these are under blind review or the peer review. After 6 months, I am saying these are not acceptable. Please take it back. What you can do? You can do nothing. Because of you have given the copyright to me at the time of the submission of the document. And I can get published in these total 75 papers in different journals in my name. You have no authority, no idea. To avoid, to stop such kind of the malpractices, every journal or every publishing house has the responsibility that they have to clarify how much charge, how much fee they will take for the manuscript, for the publication of the research paper, for the paper or the document. It should be clearly stated. If no such fee are charged, that should also be clearly stated. If you are not charging anything, please mention in your on your website. We will not charge any fee. Sometimes what happened, your paper has been accepted for publication. At the time of the publication, you came to know I have to pay rupees 10,000 for publication. 1 year you have lost during the blind peer review. As and when the consent is given by you, okay, get it published. Then the editor is demanding rupees 10,000. What you can do? You can do nothing at that moment. Therefore, I'm saying each and every journal should have a clear-cut policy. Next one is process for identification and dealing with the allegations of research misconduct. As I have cited or quoted or given different examples, what kind of the misconduct we have. It is a responsibility of the publisher also, publishing house also, editor of the journal also, that they have to take care of plagiarism. They have to analyze that particular document, check the facts of the document, check the authenticity and originality or the novel idea of the document. If these are, then he or she has to accept the paper. Otherwise, no. Next, publication ethics. Every journal has also different policies related to the publication ethics. Okay, how the journal will handle the complaint and appeals, who is the author and the owner of that paper or the journal also, and what will be the criteria for print journal, for the electronic journal, where it will be delivered to the stakeholders, how many time or how much time is to be consumed for the purpose of the consent of the publication, and how many times the modification can be done or the changes may be made on the part of the scholar, author, researcher, or contributor. That kind of the points are to be considered in their publication ethics, and these ethics are also be published on your on your website of the journal. Another point, periodicity. You will publish the journal weekly, fortnightly, monthly, quarterly, biannually, annually. When to say the periodicity, how much time, after how much time you will publish this particular journal. The journal is to be published by you volume matter or the voluminous manner, volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, or along with the volume issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4. Suppose you are publishing monthly the journal and quarterly, one quarter volume 1, issue 1 into say first month, issue 2 second month, third, fourth, fifth, 12 issues are there for 1 year. And volume 1, 2, 3, 4, quarterly one volume, volume 1, 2, 3, 4. Such kind of the periodicity must be mentioned on the website of the journal. Next one is how you will provide the access to the stakeholders. You will give the free access or the paid access. Dear students, it is very much important information for you. Recently, University Grants Commission prepared a reference list of quality journals, and it is paid for ₹50. If you will pay ₹50, then you can download the journal. But being teacher, I have published it, I have downloaded it from the University Grants Commission. If you are in the need of the reference list of the quality journal, I will supply it through the Google Classroom as and when you will require. One more thing, archiving. Sometimes we pronounce it archiving. Archives mean to say what will be the backup end of that. Different softwares are there from where you can clock access. These are the particular database for the purpose of the backend of the journals. Mean to say, when you got published different journals, where you will retain on your website or any other mode, you have to mention on your website. Suppose I am in the need of the journal volume 1, issue 1 of 1972, where it is, or I am in the need of the journal volume 1, issue 2 of 2002, where is the journal copy. It is known as archiving process or the method where you are retaining it. Mean to say where your store is that for that purpose. Another one, revenue sources. It is not revenue. Revenue sources mean to say how you will get the author fee, subscription, advertising, reprints, sponsorship. Mean to say where from you achieve the funds and where you will disburse the fund. That is known as your business model. If you are capturing the fund, you are taking the money from different authors, how you will manage and to whom it will be paid. Suppose you are paying the PUA review persons or the subject expert, what will be the policy? Per paper, how much amount you will pay? You have to mention on your website. Next one is, and one more point, publication fee or the publication fee or waiving, such kind of the decision will not affect the peer review. Suppose you are paying rupees 1000 per paper, if it will increase 5000 per paper, it will not affect the decision of the peer reviewer. You should mention it and you have to clarify it on your website. Next one is advertising. Sometimes different journal you see, I'm not discussing the magazine. Magazine is different aspect. In case of the magazine, there are so many advertisement policies are being published and advertisements are being published. But in case of the journal is meant for one subject, which will give an idea about that subject and that subject contents. If I'm saying Indian Journal of Commerce, if that Journal of Commerce will invite the advertisement from different organization for the purpose of the publishing it into its journal, then the Indian Journal of Commerce Association should mention the policy of the advertising. How many advertising or the advertisement you will receive, and what will be the cost of printing it, and how much revenue you will generate, and where the revenue is to be utilized. Each and everything is to be disclosed on your website. Next is direct marketing. It includes soliciting of manuscript on the conduct for the behalf of the journal, appropriate will target it. It means to say, if you are willing to do direct marketing, suppose you are also the supplier of those journals, you are not taking the services of this sales agent or the salesperson. You just directly send the journal to the stakeholder, or you have the access of the libraries of different universities. If you are sending the journal directly to them, that is known as direct marketing. Mean to say publishing house to direct consumer. No middleman is there. No distributors are there. In that case, you should mention, okay, we believe in the direct marketing, and these are our consumers, these are our authors, and these are our contributors. And where we have to supply, this is the list of the receivers or the consumers of our product or journal. These are the 16 points which are directly related to with the principles of transparency, which are being given by the COP, OS, PA and DOAJ and WAME. And we have to solicit the contribution, and we have to salute the contribution of these 4 or 5 organizations who have been working well on the publication ethics. And being a teacher, I just disclaim that the content and the concept has not been prepared. Disclaim that these are the all information which are being delivered to you are the part and parcel of the document which is prepared by COP, OASPA, DOAJ, and WAM. With these words, I extend thank you to you all. Thanks a lot.